Good afternoon, everyone. This is Nithin Ramachandra from the NR Media, NR Sports Show, back with another episode. Happy Friday, everyone. Today is a special episode, and all the fans already know we are live on iHeartRadio, Spotify, on all the podcast platforms, and Spreaker, where our fans can ask questions to all the guests that we have on the show. But right now, currently, we are live on Spotify, iHeartRadio. And today's guest, before we introduce her, fans, please put in your questions now in the Spreaker app. So if we have time, we'll pull up some questions on my phone, and then she can answer for you. But her name is Ali Berke, aka Ali the Anthem Girl. She is unbelievable. If you can go follow her on all social media formats on Instagram, especially on Instagram, you can follow herself on Instagram. She's a singer. She sings she sings the national anthem in different ballparks and different stadiums, and she's making history right now. She did an amazing tour recently here, and she's up to 14 or 15 ballparks now, and still going. And her goal is to get to 30 baseball stadiums, ballparks, and other stadiums in the future. But she is making history. No one else right now is doing what Ali Berke is doing, aka Ali the Anthem Girl. So Ali, I just want to say thank you for joining the show today. Welcome, and how are you and your family doing today?
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me. We're all good over here. And yeah, I'm excited to be part of it.
Yeah, so start off, tell our fans, talk about your recent tour last week with your traveling with your father, ballpark to different ballparks pretty much every day. So talk about what was that like for you, just to experience the tour and continue your journey as a singer.
In the past 2 weeks, I've been super crazy busy. We've been going to different states all over. 2 weeks ago, we were in Arizona and Oakland, and then this past weekend, we were in, I can't remember, Texas and Miami, which were all super, super fun. We had a great time. Everything went smoothly, and yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah, so talk about talk about your early life, and talk about when did you get interested in singing, and when did you start your singing career, and talk about your process of becoming a singer, and then coming to now.
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved music ever since I was super little. I was karaoke and stuff, and then when I was about 13, I wanted to record music professionally, and we found a studio out here on Long Island, and I'm 23 now, so it's kind of like history ever since.
No, yeah, and I saw your interview on our friend's show, Arrow Marks, and my friend Kyle on the Worldwide Sports Network. So talk about that experience, because now you're getting a lot of national attention. We're trying to help you get more exposure, and talk about that. What has that meant for you? Like that, being on other platforms, being on other shows, especially my friend's show that I just mentioned.
Yeah, that was a great experience. We had so much fun, such nice people, and it was just a really cool show to be a part of. I've definitely been doing a lot of interviews and, getting a lot of attention from different media outlets, which is so nice that people want to hear my story and do a story on me. I'm so flattered. And I love talking to people, and I love just telling people what I'm about. So it's been super fun.
Yeah, so fans, we are live with Ali Berke, Ali the Anthem Girl. She sings national anthems at all different ballparks. And fans, please, if you have any questions, put it in the Spreaker app on my phone, and we'll answer some of the questions. So talk about family. Family is important to me and then everyone else here. But talk about what's it like having your father travel with you every day, and being by your side, and witnessing history that's being made from you. To talk about having your father by your side the whole time.
I mean, I'm so thankful, and I'm so lucky that I have my dad. Just bottom line, it's just support, what I want to do, or, just support my dreams and everything like that. But it's a really great experience that he gets to come with me, and, it's something that we share together, which is really special. So I'm really, really happy that he gets.
We already have a fan question for you on our phone. Just one of our fans wants to know. Talk about your day by day. So when you wake up and when you get ready for a big gig, like what you did in the Madison Square Garden with the 76ers and Knicks. So they want to know your process getting ready for that type of environment, and they want to know, how are you nervous before the thing, and they want to know what do you do to distract the outside.
Yeah, so I think that's a great question. I think that every show is different. Like some of them I'm traveling, some of them I'm not. But I usually pretty much keep the same routine. I try and be as calm as I can the entire day. Just kind of go with the flow. Get up, eat breakfast. I try not to talk too much, just to preserve my voice. Just because it is only 90 seconds, but the national anthem is a song that takes a lot of power, and you need to make sure that your vocals are at the best place that they can be. So I kind of just preserve my voice. I do like no dairy, not a lot of added sugar, only room temperature water, a lot of honey,
Yeah.
and a lot of that kind of going with the flow, no stress. I've done so many things over the years, interview shows, and I have gotten stressed out over things, before shows, and it never ends well. It's just like it makes the whole situation worse. So I think the best way for me to like go about things is just like kind of go with the flow, what it is, hope for the best every time, and thank gosh, like that's like
Yeah. Hey, you're doing an amazing job, and you're obviously we follow your stuff, and not only you do anthems, you also sing. You have your own, I think, album out there too, and then you have your own song that you put out there too. And talk about that. Not only you do anthems, but you tell our fans that how do you balance your anthem when your daily schedule when it comes to anthems and when you sing your regular. I mean, when you come up with your other song, the regular songs that you put out there.
Yeah, so it definitely has kind of conspired into the anthem thing. I've been doing all my original music again since I'm like 13. So, this is kind of just like a side gig that, we've been focusing on right now. But I do have a new song coming out June 14th called
Yeah.
I'm super, super excited to release that one. We're getting a lot of positive feedback on social media and from people that I played it for. Something really fun, really catchy, kind of like a Megan Trainor Bob kind of vibe. Something fun that people can just put on in the car in summertime and just jam out with their friends. I am really proud of it. I'm so excited for it to come out. And then I also have a show coming up, my first show, for my original music in almost 2 years. So I'm really, really excited. June 27th, that'll be at the Jones Beach Band show in Long Island. I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun, long overdue. So I'm balancing, doing interviews, going to anthems, traveling, rehearsing for the show. It's crazy, so busy, but it's all good. I'm so thankful. I'm just so excited for like.
Oh, that's amazing. And we have another fan question here. One of our fans wants to know, when did you realize that you had the talent to sing and you had the voice to sing?
So I think that like when I was younger, when I was like doing karaoke and stuff, I kind of could tell like I could hold a tune. Obviously, it was good. I was like a child. But I was just like, you know what? Like maybe I could be good at this. So I kind of just, took with it and I ran with it. And I was doing like off Broadway stuff. I was singing the talent show, like little things like kids that like to sing do. And then again, like once I was 13, I was like, let's see if I can actually like find my voice. And I was able to. And I've been looking for vocal coaches and things like that. So my voice has definitely evolved and gotten so much better over the years.
Wow. Yeah, so going back to this recent tour, you went to Arizona, Oakland, went to Miami, and you went to Houston. So talk about the travel. The travel must, I mean, I'm sure you're used to the travel now, but just talk about like traveling to different ballparks and the time differences, especially.
Yeah, I mean, the travel is probably the hardest part of everything. I think that, traveling can really take a toll on someone, especially a singer. You know, Flying really does affect your voice. And, going to different temperatures, going to Arizona, it's 100 degrees. Going to Miami and Houston, it's so hot. And,
Yeah.
like, I'm hot there too. But you're going to, like, dry heat to, I don't even know, like, Florida heat,
Yeah.
It's like going from humid to dry, so it definitely does like take a toll. But like I do overall love to travel. I think it's just sometimes it becomes a lot when they're all kind of come together. But now that it's over, I'm so glad that I did it. And if you could kill two birds with one stone, kind of like in the same weekend, then I think.
Another fan question here. They want to know your favorite food and your favorite artist.
Those are fun questions. My favorite food is French fries. And my favorite artist is
Was
as
it,
a little.
yeah. Yeah, so talk about speaking of artists and singers, and who were some of the artists that you looked up to growing up, like some of the musicians, some of the singers. Who did you look up to mainly?
So the whole thing, like when I was younger, growing up, that kind of like inspired me, like even learning about music and a career and things like that. Because I grew up watching a lot of like Hannah Montana, and I was watching her kind of do her double life, where she was a pop star at night, regular girl during the day, and I was like, that's so cool. Like you get to kind of literally live the best of both worlds, hence her song. Um, and I kind of just like fell in love with it from then. And she was like super inspiring when I was younger. And she's super, super talented, even though she's out of that Hannah Montana phase. I think it was really cool to kind of grow up with that, and kind of now I really relate to that because, I'm working day to day, I work two jobs, and then I go and I'm singing in stadiums the next day, so it's pretty surreal, but I really do enjoy it.
Oh. So this Sunday you have another big performance at the Barclays Center when the New York Liberty plays there. So talk about that. What are you most excited about that? And it's gonna be obviously a different experience from Madison Square Garden, but Barclays Center is amazing too. So just talk about that. What's it gonna be like for you to be there also on Sunday?
I'm so excited to do that. When my dad texted me that, I was like, and like pretty short notice too. So, the New York Liberty is like super cool. The women's NBA,
Mm-hmm.
be in the Barclays Center. That's such an honor overall. But it's gonna be so fun. I can't lie and say that I'm not excited about it being indoors. Because getting on the field is kind of hard. So I'm really excited. I'm happy that it's local. We're not traveling anywhere and things. And it's really cool. I've gone to the Barclays Center numerous times growing up to go and like watch concerts and stuff. So the fact that I'm able to sing there is really awesome.
Yeah, hopefully you get to meet one of my mentors. She works for Fox 5 and she covers the New York Liberty. Her name is Sina Servacio. So hopefully you get to meet her there on Sunday. Um, yeah. So we have another fan question for you. They want to know: do you have a story out there that you never told anyone before? Oh yeah, we put you on the spot there.
I'm really trying to think here. Oh, well, I could kind of talk about like when I got booked for Citi Field.
Mhm.
I believe I was only 17. I was 16 or 17, one of the two. And I'll never forget, like I was sleeping, it was early in the morning, and I get a text from my dad, and he's like, hey, Citi Field wants you to come and sing. And it was literally like a week and a half.
Mm.
And I was like, sure. And that was my first time ever singing at a stadium. So to say that Citi Field was my first is kind of crazy, but so much fun. Overall, great experience. It was probably like 6 or 7 years ago now at this point, but still I always remember that because I'm like, you're just waking up one day to be like, oh, by the way, Citi Field wants you to sing. Like, what? The New York Mets want you to sing? What do you mean? Only like a 10-day notice is crazy. But we did the thing, and I have like great footage and pictures from that I'll always remember.
Wow. Yeah. So there's other national anthem singers out there right now, but what makes you unique and special? Because, like I said, you have amazing talent. We've seen some of yourself already, and for our fans who doesn't know about you, just talk about what makes you unique and what makes you special out of all the other national anthem singers out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people that do the national anthem, and like everybody to each their own is all unique, is all different, but as singers, like we all have a different style, we all have a different range, things like that, but I think the thing that makes me unique is that I'm trying to break the record right now. I don't know anybody else that has done it or is trying to do it, so I think that's the one thing that I kind of have leverage on in the sense of, like, hey, like, if any major league teams are listening to this, like, call me up,
Yeah.
And I'm also, like, super interested in, like, doing like the NHL, the NFL, which are also like obviously super hard to get into. The NBA also, if anybody's watching, you know where to find me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love doing it, and I think I think that's another thing that makes me like unique or special. Some people don't enjoy doing it. So, the fact that I get to travel and do all the things a lot of people aren't willing to put in the work to do that stuff. But, I root for it.
Yeah. So this Sunday will be your 16th, right? 16th or 15th?
No, so as of September, so this coming September, once I'm done with the rest that I'm booked for right now, I'll have 14.
14 total. Okay. So talk about tell our fans, what would you tell your younger self now, since you're in this being in this position right now?
I would definitely tell her, don't give up. Like as every artist has gone through all these different things, every artist wants to give up. Every artist, and it doesn't even have to be an artist. Everybody wants to give up a job, a hobby, something like that, because something challenges them, something's in their way, But I wish that somebody could have just told my younger self, like, just stick it out. You're literally going to sing in the garden. And if I hope that my future self can tell myself now, you're going to perform your own music at the garden one day.
Yeah.
Like, at the garden one day. And that will happen. Definitely will happen. I'm putting that in the universe right now. I'll come back to this video and be like, oh, see, I told myself that. But yeah, I would definitely tell her, just don't give up, keep going, and don't let anybody rain on your parade, because people that are hating on you, they're jealous, they're just mean people. Anybody that doesn't have anything nice to say is just trying to bring you down. If everybody's entitled to their opinion, but if somebody's vocally speaking about it, whether they're posting it online or talking behind your back or even to your face, just don't pay them any mind. It's not worth
Yeah.
it.
We have another fan question for you. One of our fans wants to know, what do you have any funny moment? What would you say your funniest moments you had in your career?
Okay, well, I can laugh about it now. It wasn't funny in the moment. But there was a show that I was playing. This happened twice.
Mhm.
There were these shows that I was playing, and in the middle of the show, the sound person just like stopped paying attention, I guess, and the sound just completely cut out. So I'm just standing on the stage, like, like the music cut out, everything cut out, and there was I was literally standing up there for like 4 to 5 minutes because the sound person literally couldn't figure out how to put the sound back on. I had to literally figure it out myself. It was horrifying. It was a horrible experience, but I can laugh about it now, because like things happen. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So tell our fans, after your performance on Sunday at Barclays, what's next for you, and what are you most looking forward to coming up after this performance on Sunday?
Yeah, so Sunday is kind of like my main focus Sunday is kind of like my main focus right now. And then after that, I'm going to San Diego to do the national anthem at the end of June, the same week as the Jones Beach show in the beginning of the week. And then the 27th, I will be having the Jones Beach show. So if anybody's listening, if anybody's watching, make sure to come through. It's free admission. You're not going to be disappointed. We have a great, great, great show for you guys. A lot of new music, and I'm so excited. It's my first time performing so many of these songs. And then after that, we're going to Cincinnati to do the anthem, and then I kind of have a break until September. So as of right now, those are the things that I'm looking forward to. And then September, we have Chicago, Anaheim, and Washington. So those are fun as well.
Yeah. So tell our fans, I'm just curious, what's the process like when you guys reach out to these teams and the stadiums to book your events, and tell us how tough it could be, but in the long run, if it works, it's worth it because it works out well at the end if they agree to do it. But just tell us the process of how it comes to booking your events at the stadiums and with the teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a very technical process, I want to say. Like you always have to like kind of jump through people to get to the right person. But it's very similar to like anything else. Like you kind of audition in a way. Anytime that we do an anthem, we record it every single time, and that's kind of like my submission for the next one. So they always want to hear how you sound. They usually want a picture, the bio, things like that. So you kind of just have to have yourself together with like all the information they need and just keep sending it out and hoping that somebody contacts you. I think the hardest thing that we've faced recently this season is just like they're completely booked the entire season. A lot of the teams book about a year out. So as of right now, like I'm probably going to start book for next season. But you know, like if anybody has cancellations, then but yeah, that's kind of the whole process.
We'll take one more fan question here. They want to know your favorite ballpark.
Ooh, great question. My favorite ballpark that I've sang at, I'm assuming that's it.
Yes, yeah.
I really loved Milwaukee. Great vibes. I really like wasn't kind of expecting that just because like I've never been there and like I wasn't knowing what to expect. But I also like really enjoyed Miami too. Like just such great people. The stadium is beautiful, like brand new, and you know it was all like such a great experience overall. The people are great, staff is great, so accommodating. That's so important, you know, because sometimes I have had instances where I've gone to a show, no matter what it was, an anthem show, no matter what, and they have no idea what's going on. They're not accommodating. They're not nice, really, you know. So it kind of kills the vibe even before like kind of start. But that's my favorite, and then like my overall favorite anthem is definitely when I did the Garden.
Well, yep. MSG. You can't go wrong with MSG. That's the mecca of sports right there. Yeah, so we got to get you. You know what? You got at some point we got to get you singing at the big events like Super Bowl, NBA Finals, Stanley Cup, World Series. So that's like we got to get. Yeah. So before we let you go, tell our fans where they can find you on social media, and also where they can find your new single that's coming out too.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Ali Berke Official. It's ALI B as in boy ERKE Official. And then my Anthem account is Ali the Anthem Girl. You can find that on Instagram and TikTok. And then as far as my new single coming out, search up Ali Berke on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. A bunch of music videos on there, so feel free to check those out. And if you're listening to this or watch this, make sure to send me a DM. I would love to know. And if you guys have any more questions, always make sure to send them my way, and I'm happy to answer.
Hey fans, you heard it there. Please go follow Ali Berke on Instagram, TikTok. Ali the Anthem Girl. She does amazing stuff. And fans, thank you for the questions for her. And please reach out to her if you have any questions about her journey. And we're trying to give her more exposure. And she's making history. Like I said, beginning of the show, she's making history. And Ali, I just want to say thank you for joining the show. And you and your family are such inspiration, and I'm glad that we are connected with your father now too, and yourself. And we'll stay connected. We'll continue to follow your journey. And my team does a great job with marketing promotion. So if you ever need anything, we can help market yourself, promote yourself, and your new single that's coming out. We can promote that too. But good luck this Sunday at the Barclays Center, and tell your father we said hi, and thank you again, and keep up the great work.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been great.
Anytime. Thank you.